Hey, it's Webs here with more Hearthstone news, this time for Mercenaries, some of which that is currently actually in the game right now, and some that will be starting this weekend. So the first thing that we need to cover is the login bonus. If you have completed the tutorial of Mercenaries as a game mode, you will get a extra skin for Millhouse, Tyrande, and Zyrilla, which shouldn't really shock too many people given the fact that we've been running into the Zyrilla skin pretty commonly if you have been doing any type of PvE mercenaries. And we also got a confirmation on some of the changes that we're going to see later in this given year. The first of which is a system where you can exchange your excess coins for random coins of another mercenary that you have yet maxed. This is something that a lot of people have been really wanting in the game. It's not going to be active right now, but we are actually going to be seeing it by the end of the year, and that's honestly one of the best changes that possibly could have gotten. The other big news is YoggSaron is going to be joining his siblings in Mercenaries as a new mercenary, a limited time event. This event is going to be centered around casters, nagas, and night elves. Key to actually completing this event, and it will be starting on June 30th, which is Friday. Given the fact that the tasks have actually been data mined, I will be working on those after I finish my normal weekly videos, just so I can get ahead of schedule. The new mercenary that this event is of course bringing along is Yogg-Saron, who is going to be a legendary caster mercenary who is an old god with 1080 at max stats. His first ability is Lunatic Gaze, which at level 5 is a shadow ability, speed of 2, deal 5 damage to an enemy or restore 15 health to a friendly character, randomly swap the speeds of their abilities. So this first ability is actually really good, just because of the fact that it could disrupt some key game plans your opponent might have, given some synergy between different abilities that their mercenaries might have. If you screw up the individual speeds of their abilities, where one of their abilities that would be used to be for something else normally is being used afterwards, which could actually be very devastating, and I can't see where this doesn't see some type of play there, though I don't think his healing is going to be used too much on your own mercenaries, just given the fact that that could screw you up a lot too. His next ability is Mind Yoggle, which at level 5 is a shadow ability, a speed of 6. Give a friendly character +5 attack this turn. They attack a random enemy. Old God's abilities refresh 1 for each attack so far this turn. Honestly, a really good ability. It could be easily abused with YoggSaron, which is probably where you're going to actually want to use this. Even if you're just going to use all 3 old gods that are currently in Hearthstone, this is actually pretty good overall, as this does speed up the possibility of actually using both N'Zoth's and YoggSaron's last abilities really quickly, and honestly is probably really good, especially given the fact that the other 2 do generate additional ways to actually attack, and attack based teams are really popular right now, so this is probably going to see a lot of play in a old god based team. You might actually want to cut N'Zoth in order to do something like that, and use something like Show or something else, just so you have additional ways to have more than one +5 attack on YoggSaron's first ability, but it really just depends on how it all ends up. And finally, his last ability is Oh My Yogg, which at level 5 is a shadow ability, a speed of 15, cooldown 15, randomly use 5 other abilities from mercs in play with random targets. This is just a stereotypical Yogg ability that I don't know if is going to be really good, but it does have the chance of being potentially devastating for your opponent. But honestly speaking, I think Yogg will probably be used for his second ability and his first ability over his last ability, just because of the fact that this is a speed of 15, which is absolutely insane to try actually accomplish. Though if you do use his first ability on himself, in theory you could maybe get it down to a speed of 2. It really just depends. His first equipment is Piercing Gaze, which at level 4 makes Lunatic Gaze do additional 5 damage. This is decent overall. Lash of Hysteria is the second equipment, which makes Mind Yoggle give an additional +5 attack. And then Awakening Roar, which is probably going to be the default equipment, is a Battlecry equipment that refreshes old gods abilities by 4. Overall, for old god based teams, I think this one will be actually used quite a bit. It really just depends if you're going to want to use all 3 or 2 as it might actually just be better to use both Yogg and YoggSaron than using all three in the same team. But at the same time, you never know. The final news that we actually got today is that YoggSaron coins are going to replace Garrosh Hellscream coins as a reward for the Garrosh Hellscream bounty in the Sunken City zone. And that's honestly not really too surprising, as I didn't expect us to see any new additional bounties with this update. And honestly speaking, I would think the next event after this is probably going to be Cthulhu. I could be completely wrong, but you never know. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.